As a child, I grew up in a church that was very legalistic, and we didn't believe that God was really real enough to hear you pray and ask for things specifically. For sure that He didn't answer anything specifically. So for most of my life, I didn't know that God really loved me, that I could have a personal relationship with Jesus, God's Son, until I was a grown woman. Right before Jim and I got married, I began realizing that Jesus was real, that He really loved me, and He desired to have a relationship with me. After we moved here, and it's been almost 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And after I got that diagnosis, I knew I had had it a whole lot longer. Your muscles become very rigid, and like they're just pulled beyond what you can stand, and touching hurts, and the knots hurt, and there was a long list of symptoms that went with that, you know, blurry vision and numbness in your feet and hands, and fatigue and depression. I mean, I don't even remember all the lists, but I probably had most of them. Probably in the last 10 years, it started just getting really bad. There was just no relief. I was tired all the time, depressed all the time, just in so much pain, and I would ask for prayer, but I never really said how bad it was. I just never liked to talk about myself. It just seemed like I was a hypochondriac or something, because it was so bad. It's like you can't see pain in someone, you know, and so like, just cover it up, be happy, just go on, do whatever, you know. But I was getting where I couldn't cover it up anymore. I didn't go anywhere because it was too painful to even go grocery shopping. And I had gotten to this place that one day I just said, Jesus, if it's not going to get any better than this, just take me now, because I can't stand it anymore. My very next life group meeting, I told my life group how bad it really was and what I had said to the Lord, and so they all began praying for me, and nearly every time that we met, they would pray for me. But my daughter Erin's life group had also been praying for me, and this particular night, one of the men in her life group said to her, your mom's gonna get healed tonight. She was like, oh, you need to sit with us so we can pray for you when it's time. And so they started praying for me at the ministry time, and another young man in her life group said, I see this string and it's been pulled really tight and there's a knot in it and it's going to break tonight. Well, this young man had no idea what fibromyalgia was. It was a perfect picture of it. And at the beginning, they asked me what all I needed prayer for, and I had a long list, so I told them everything. And one of the things was that I had a bunion that was needing surgery, and it was so painful. I could hardly walk. I couldn't stand to have my shoe on, but I couldn't walk without my shoe. And the doctor had said, well, I'm just going to wait for you to say when you can't stand it anymore, and then we'll do surgery. And I was like, well, it would be on my right foot, and I won't be able to walk. I won't be able to drive for at least 6 weeks. And I said, Lord, why should I have to go through this surgery when you could heal it? So that was one of my prayer requests with these people. The same young man that said that I would be healed that night came over, and he said, you need to raise your hands and thank God for what He's doing. But I couldn't get my hands up off the floor. I was just limp. So he held one hand and Erin held the other hand, and I thanked the Lord for the healing that was taking place. So when I was able to sit up, first thing I did was mash around on my foot, and it didn't hurt. And that was way exciting. I have to say that after that night of being prayed for and all the healing that took place, I could like rub my hands down my legs, and there would just be so many knots, and they hurt so bad. And I used to go to massage therapist, and she said, I've never had anyone with so many knots in their body. And I had them all over, and they weren't there. They weren't there anymore. Amazing. I rejoice every day that He's healed me of these things, and there are still things that I need healing for, things that are very painful, physically painful, and I'm trusting those are going to come about as well. So today is just a great day, and I know there are going to be more, and I'm trusting God to do whatever it is He wants to do. And
still, the fibromyalgia, the pain is gone?
It's gone.
The knots are gone?
The knots are gone. It's been a year.
Wow.
And I went to the doctor yesterday, and he said, I have a little bit of arthritis and some bursitis in my hip joints, and I have some crookedness in my spine, which causes some pain. But none of those things are too big for God.
Amen.
Nothing is too hard for Him.
Amen.
So He truly is healing me from the inside out, and I'm waiting for Him to show me more things, teach me more things, do whatever it is that He wants to do.